Or as an adolescent, there was no trash standard at all. Everything was premium, but the gold standard, for instance, was a former entertainer. That copy of what she had her college sweater and whatnot, that was premium. That was gold standard. So I don't know where that thing is now, but I had to copy that. That was premium gold. So wanted to make sure that didn't get found by mom. So that one went to the honeycomb hideout.
Geographics Media.
A man Corey, a king without a throne.
Friends, family, and loyal subjects. King Without Throne podcast. And it's your boy Boazman 5 here with my super duper producer extraordinaire, Cyncere Wizdumb. What's up, brother?
Peace, King. What's good with you?
Hey, man, we just living life and enjoying every day as it comes. So let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Before we got in the studio today, we were just talking about some stuff from back in the day, as we usually do, just chopping it up. A lot of people our age are going to realize where we're coming from, but some of our younger listeners might not be too privy to this fact that the internet has not always been there. There was no internet. There was no 24-hour news cycles and everything at one point. But mischievousness has always been a hallmark of youth, especially for boys, for males. So young boys growing up, discovering themselves, discovering life and some of the more poignant parts of life. Pornography was one of those things that was kind of like not taboo, but it was one of those things where it was not spoken about, especially back then. Like I said, there was no internet. You didn't have easy access to pornography on your phone that fit in your pocket. You had to get a magazine or you had to get a tape. If you got a tape, you was just sitting on a gold mine. To get a magazine, you had to go to a bookstore or maybe a convenience store. You had to be of age to buy. They wouldn't sell it to a kid. So for me, I swiped my Playboys and Hustlers from my uncle when he wasn't looking out. He had a subscription. So his few older month of copies he might put in the back room, and he kept his doing was in the living room reading material for him and his buddies. So anything he'd put in the back, I would swipe those, especially if it was like a year old or something. I would take those, put in my travel keeper, and hide it in my bedroom. So that was how we did the magazines. What about you, bro?
Nah, man. First of all, I did not. You came out of left field with that one, King. I just had aunts. I just had aunts around. If I got access to something like that, it's because people like you had swiped them from somebody, and you be at school. Man, look at this, man. Look.
Exactly.
These kids. Hey, man, look at that. Ooh. That was my introduction to it. I didn't have the Trapper Keeper stories or found anything that lying around. I'm still a little shaken up by the porn thing.
I don't.
Listen, you the second one of the homies this week that has mentioned with this particular person said they had an addiction until a few years ago.
Wow.
Blew my mind because I would have never thought that he had that problem, B. I couldn't do anything but shake my head, but then kind of laugh, but then I didn't want to laugh because it's a sickness. But then again, we hood and grew up together, so we laugh at everything. But I didn't tease him though. Yeah.
Hey, at least you got some help with it, dude. That's one thing. And another neighborhood kid, they had a little utility shed in their backyard. We used to call it the honeycomb hideout. So that's where we were hiding the gold standard porn.
You mentioned gold standard porn. To me, that means that you have different echelons of porn. So what is considered gold standard and what is considered absolute trash as far as your porn ratings?
So as an adolescent, there was no trash standard at all. Everything was premium, but the gold standard, for instance, was a former entertainer. That copy of she had her college sweater and whatnot, that was premium. That was gold standard. So I don't know where that thing is now, but I had to copy that. That was premium gold. So wanted to make sure that didn't get found by mom. So that one went to the honeycomb hideout. Back in those days, magazines, that was the thing to go to. But if you got a tape back in the mid to early 80s, like when I was in junior high school, that was it. So the best porn that guys would get a hold of back then is the catch that dad uncle or somebody was a truck driver. Because the truck drivers, they all around the country. They getting access to great videotapes, We talking that did all the good stuff back in the day. So anyway, buddy of mine, his dad was a truck driver. So he used to always get great copies of porn. We bring it to school. And one of my Caucasian friends, he was in our little group. And so we had this tape we was passing around, right? This was like 8th grade. So like 88, 89, right around that area. And we was out in the hall like, yeah, man, this is the one right here. So we give it to our Caucasian friend. And so then there was one of the assistant principals coming up like, hey, what you boys got there? Oh, just a videotape. Oh, let me take a look at it. Thinking on quick on his feet. Caucasian brother took the video cassette and ripped the film out of it. Like, oh, this wasn't nothing. This a piece of junk. He just thinking quick on his feet and kind of panicked, but it got us out of trouble. At that point, principal looked at us like, what's going on? Why you? Like, oh, it was just a piece of junk. We waited for him to leave, and we took it out and took the tape and the film and threw it in the dumpster.
I tell you what, King, you speaking of mischievous, it seems to me like you always had some issues with some sort of magazine and ended up in some sort of mischief with either your mom's magazines and now your uncle's magazine, and now suddenly a VHS tape
that wasn't even mine, bro. But like I said,
it wasn't. But I'm surprised. Me knowing you the way that I do, I'm surprised y'all didn't go in the lab somewhere and try to fix it.
We were at the time we 13 years old. We so glad we dodged the bullet that we just like counted it as a loss, threw it in the dumpster, got it, and just left it at that. Now my buddy who swiped it from his dad.
Oh man. Oh,
that cat had so much porn though he probably didn't even miss it. That probably went from his gold porn stash.
But you know something? I've never been one that was deeply into it at all, ever.
Man, yeah.
Somebody asked me about that the other day too. Well, I've never been into it like that, and I guess that comes from me being in the house with a whole bunch of women.
Women, yeah.
But it was always funny to me. I know a guy. We both know a guy. He ended up getting this this video, and he watched it. And for a day or two, he was just kind of rubbing his head. I'm like, what is wrong with you, man? I'm not going to say the name of the joint, but he told me about it, and it blew his mind. Like, bro, are you serious? And stuff like that was a deterrent. I learned something new about you today, King, because I didn't know that you went through that phase, bro.
Oh, yeah, it was short-lived, a couple of years, bro, but a jack of all trade and the king of none at a young age, dabbling a little porn. You know how it is when you hit your span of a teenager, the adolescence, man. You shifting gears constantly, but that heavy porn period, yeah, man, that was fun.
I dare to ask, but what was so fun about it?
Bruh, it was porn. I was 13. What wouldn't be fun? Come on now. Red-blooded American male, bro. Come on now.
Red-blooded American male.
There you go. Come on now. This shouldn't take too much imagination.
One thing I'm telling you about recording a King Without a Throne podcast, and it's the same thing when I record our content with Big J. I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much. Just when I thought we just had gotten into everything, y'all cats pulling stuff out, just leaving me dumbfounded. I never knew. In all of our years of knowing each other, we have never had the porn conversation. We both just knew that the guy that was rubbing his head, that was just funny.
Yeah, because that was a couple of years later, man, and that was like a little quick period of pornographic hilariousness. That same cat, man, he was going through his little period. He was coming up telling me stuff about, hey, man, yo, I saw this video the other day. I'm like, dog, bro, you kind of got it bad, don't you? He was like a connoisseur for the moment. He had it bad, bro, because I think he had broke up with his girlfriend.
I have no idea. All I remember is, for no reason whatsoever, I walked by this brother, and he stopped me, and he just passed it to me for no reason. I didn't ask for it. I didn't care. He just gave it to me like he was dropping off dope. And then he gave me some advice afterwards, kid. He gave me some advice. I looked, I see what it is. I look at him like, what is this? He said, hey, man, whatever you do, don't watch this and make a baby. And walked off. I didn't know what it was, B.
At that point, he was like, hold on, man. You should have had
I gave it to the next. Hey, man, I don't know what this dude talking about.
damn.
Man.
Did you hand it out to one of your coworkers back in the day?
It wasn't a coworker.
Probably somebody else in the neighborhood.
Just somebody else. Take this, bro. And
Just take it.
bro, I didn't know until later. What was on that? He told me.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you watch it. Yo. I remember when he did all that, handed it. They part of you because yeah, I gave it to Stepmom. Tell him you need it.
Like,
I
man,
appreciate
what
you looking out, but we good.
the royal porn stages of the king without a throne. What's next on your mind, my guy?
Hey, bro, I was just thinking about, man, how we always do some classic television stuff from back in the day, man. So I was watching the episode of the game here recently, man. It was an episode with Malik and Clay over at Malik's crib, and he was cooking, had the team members over there and whatnot. And later on, it was just him and Clay, and he was cooking their lasagna, and he's like, yo, Clay, yo, what's up, man? You want to hang out? Want something to drink? Got whiskey? Like, yo, that wine is nice. And Malik just missing all the signs. He just went ahead and poured us some wine. I just got this bottle from some kind of vineyard. And oh boy, that vineyard up there, they got a nice little bed and breakfast is off in the cut too. And Malik off in the cut. Yeah, I liked that on the low. It was just odd because he was sitting up, he mixed similar to his teammate who was about getting pedicures and getting toes sucked on him. He started playing in Jay Holiday. And Clay came up behind him, started put you to bed and rubbed on his chest. Kissed him on the neck, and man, Malik got pissed. Like, what you doing, man? I'm serving lasagna now.
Me knowing you the way that I do, it's not that whole episode that got you that one-liner about the serving of lasagna. You are the king of the one-liner.
Yeah, I'm serving lasagna now, that.
Which opens up this segment of the king without a throne and his one-liners.
Bruh. That one right there is what I was fixed on. Clay was like, you the one you're talking about. Get your toes sucked. He's like, man, I meant by a woman, not by some big.
Bruh, I know you got more than that one in your chamber.
Another trope, shifting gears, but still talking about old school television. Another big trope that they had back in the 90s or whatever was the whole pool hustler thing. And we're talking from Family Matters to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to Malcolm and Eddie, Drake and Josh. They all did some kind of pool hall scene. In that one episode, Will had went down to the pool hall in the hood in Los Angeles, and he had ended up gambling, and he got hustled, and he lost the keys to the Benz he had drove down there. So Uncle Phil had to come and save him, man. So the whole time, Uncle Phil is hustling the pool hustlers, acting like he can't play. So then, when he talked the guys up into a nice round figure of how many balls they would have played for, he's like, he did that little silly old drink. Jeffrey, break out Lucille. He got real serious with him. And he started playing that soul man music in the background. And Jeffrey pulled out that damn pool cue out of his front trousers and they put it together. And Uncle Phil got to serving them up, bro. And as they was walking out and getting their money paid up, Will tried to jump bad at them dumb pool hustlers. When they were walking out, he looked back and said, yeah. Yeah, bro. Hey, man, that's the thing about a good sitcom or a good movie. You get that one line and just tie the whole thing together.
You're right, though. A lot of those shows that we watched back in the day, at some point, it was a pool hall in there. They didn't get tired of the hustler thing. Or somebody getting hustled, rather.
The ground.
They
did it on Martin right after he got married. He got
sure
hustled.
Did.
I think he lost his wedding ring or something.
He did. Yeah. They had a lot of that. Didn't Family Matters have it too?
Yeah, exactly. When Eddie was down at the pool hall and he had to borrow some money from Urkel, and Urkel went down there to save Eddie, and Urkel was killing him. Don 8 ball in the side pocket, 4 ball in the corner. He was serving them cats up, man. Them 2 big white dudes, man, and they said, "Hey, brother, those some nice glasses." And the dude dropped the glasses, man, and stepped on them. And they were trying to make Urkel forfeit because he was serving them up. Carl Winslow and Grandma Winslow came in. And long story short, man, Carl started serving them up. And then the last shot, it was a real tricky 8-ball shot. And they was like, "Oh, you can't make that." He's like, "You know what? I can't, but she can." And he gave the cue to Mother Winslow. And she came and did a great bank shot and saved the day, man. And everybody left cheering.
Looking back on it, some of those shows were just so cheesy, but they were exactly what we needed to make us think. because there was always good lessons in those shows.
Yes.
Even with the pool hustler thing, you can't judge a book by its cover.
You know, billiards has always been a gentleman's game going back centuries.
Right.
Up until like the last 50 years, it was always that cool, edgy game. It was kind of risque because it was always played in like seedy parts of towns, and they would take the corny character or the super smart kid and make them relatable by making them able to shoot pool real good, or somebody you think was real uptight, Uncle Phil, and he was just this real professional, outstanding lawyer, but he grew up out there and shake folks out their shoes with that pool cue. So yeah, that was one of those tropes that they kind of try to make the unrelatable figure more relatable. Man. Another thing I wanted to touch on real quick. I was talking to some coworkers and somebody at the gym the other day, man, and they was talking about some episodes they had with their siblings or cousins. This one dude said one time, him and his brother, man, they got into it one time. They broke the coffee table. The big brother put the little brother on the coffee table.
Good God.
He got so damn mad. He went and got his granddaddy's shotgun. They would kill him with a buckshot. I had an older cousin, man. I was like in the middle, and I had two younger cousins. They was about the same age that was younger than me. And so one day, the two little ones, man, they picking with the older one, man. I'm on the Sega Genesis. So long story short, they hit the fight. And so one of them, he went and got a bush knife. He stuck the bush knife in the back of his pants, and they in there fighting or whatever. So the big cousin, he gets him and he slams his ass on the ground, and the knife go flying. And he's like, boy, what the hell wrong with you? Wait a minute. You gonna come here and try to stab me with that damn knife? And you damn fool, I could have killed you when I slammed you. You dumb mother. And then he really started beating on that nigga there. The bush knife came out, it slid across the floor, and it started spinning, man, it started spinning like it just spinning around.
The listener has to realize this. If you look at this episode and you are offended, so what? We laugh at everything. Nobody
was hurt. Nobody was hurt.
Or hurt, you're right.
And remember the time, this got to be, man, like 1991, 1992? You talking like 34 years ago? Come on now. It was a different time.
Laugh at everything. I think that's why we're happier people nowadays.
We are, exactly, man.
We
don't
laugh
get all uptight.
Everything. And these people in the knife incident probably walked off and into the sunset together laughing.
They did. After the fight. That day, niggas was mad as hell, man.
Lord, have mercy. But that's where we from. E-Town, baby. We sure that this stuff happens everywhere, but just some of the stuff that we saw coming up, and we said in every episode, it molded us to be the men that we are. We laughed, we loved, we learned, and we just kept it moving. Yeah. Those are some memories that at the moment probably was a little scary, a little tense. Everything works out. Yeah. Corey is everywhere. I don't know how he gets there, if he teleports, whatever. He is always there, and the weirdest stuff happens. Just the illest stuff happens, and it's always funny. Wow. But you know something? Back at the crib, these stories, man, we have so many.
Bro, yes.
So many.
I just got to sit down and start pecking away, bro. I got the outline down. Now it's just a matter of starting to type it out. So
tourism goes up. We want to check.
It's more coming. I said, may never see the light of day, but I'm gonna do it.
It'll see the light of day, trust me.
Yeah.
This is how we get down. So what do we get out of today's episode, bro?
Hey,
what are we leaving with the audience?
Well, just kids being kids and enjoying life. I just wanted to share a couple of funny stories today. I wasn't really in the underlying thematic messages. Just wanted to share with everybody because it had been a week or so. And man, I just wanted to get back in the good graces with my producer and have a good time and just share some funny stories with the people and just enjoy life. Because it's crazy out. The world is crazy. And if anything we can alleviate with a little laughter, I'm going to do it. So I hope you all enjoy. Keep tuning in and more to come.
Yes, sir. So, hey, man, spit them your socials, B.
At BRUHvado on TikTok, also on Instagram, and y'all know me on Facebook.
And me, you can get at me on X, formerly Twitter, at Wizdumb, Wizdumb 1914. That's Wizdumb 1914. And also, you can get at me on IG Wisdom 1914 as well. And Big J and myself, our content podcast, Geographics Media Production, as usual. I'm working in the planning stages, Words of Cyncere Wizdumb, hopefully coming by the summer. We just thank you for rocking with us. My man, the king without a throne, thank you for the opportunity, B.
No, thank you, brother. Hey, and until next time, everybody, peace and blessings and Godspeed to you and on all your travels and journeys. Have a good one.
Peace.